look at those expressive artworks today and kind of classify them. So we're going to do our own expressive snowman. He's going to be so happy because it's snowing. Yay! So what you'll need today is you'll need a piece of paper. Now in your folder, you will find two types of paper, like this manila sheet and then this drying sheet. This manila sheet is thicker and it works better than the drying sheet to paint on. So let's use that one to paint on today. And I'm going to be drawing with marker, so you'll see it. You will be drawing in pencil, so that if you make a mistake, you can erase it. So let's go ahead and get the drawing done, and then we'll work on the painting portion. So you will need the paints, the brush, cup of water, and salt shaker later. Let's get the drawing done first. To start our drawing, let's use some tools to help us. You can use the bowl to help draw the head and a plate to help draw the body. So let's draw the body first. So I'm going to put it off to the side so you just see a portion of it. Maybe bring it down a little bit so it doesn't curve too much down. Okay, once I get that in place, I'm going to go ahead and trace that. And then I'm going to take the bowl and I'm going to put that up here. Okay, so now I've got the body and the head. Now I can go ahead and add the features that make it look like a snowman, because right now it just looks like two overlapping shapes. So let's do the nose first, because that always helps us identify that it's a snowman. And since he's looking up, we're going to draw a triangle. So start with that angle there, and then you can, instead of doing a straight line, you can curve it. It's like a cone, and that will be the nose. Since we have one line there, we can go ahead and add a couple more lines. And then his eyes. And you could just do circles, or you can make them look more like rocks. And then the same thing with the mouth. You could just draw a mouth, or we can do these little dots again that go in the shape of a smiley face. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add a hat. And the hat's going to be sitting on top of his head. So I draw a line going down and curved across just like this is curved, and then round the top like this. Now for fun, we can add some stripes on that. And then he's going to be wearing a scarf. So let's go ahead and put a line across here. And you can put some lines going down. And we're going to make this where he's tied it. It's kind of like a round shape. And then we're going to add just some lines going down, across. And then again, you're going to put some stripes on there. And then we're going to add one more, the other side of the scarf coming down, and some stripes. And then you can add some fringes. So there's just some repeated lines coming off the bottom of the snowman. Now, we can put a little arm on him, like he's waving at us. That would just be a diagonal line, a zigzag on the edge. Okay, like he's a stick sticking out. And then you could put just part of a stick over here. Okay, that's all we need to do there. We are ready to paint. So, with our paints, we're going to use I have these extra brushes in case I want to go faster on the background, but I'm going to stick with the brush that came with the case because that's what everybody has to paint in our snowman. I'm going to leave him white. Since we don't have white paint and the paper's white, we really don't need to paint him. So we're just going to try to keep in our lines. So if we make a mistake with watercolors, you can always take a watercolor or a paper towel and dab off the paint if you don't like the way it looks. But we try our best to stay in the lines. Okay, I'm going to do the face. Got the orange nose. I've got coals for eyes. Okay, once I've painted those in, every time I change my color, I'm always rinsing my brush out. Then I'm dabbing it on my paper towel here, and then I'm going to load my brush up with the next color that I want. So you can see that I'm rolling it in the paint. And I'm just going to come up here and start painting it. Now, if you guys don't want to do a red and green hat, you don't have to do a red and green hat. You can do your hat whatever color you want. If you want your hat to be purple and blue, that's fine. So choose some colors you like and paint your scarf and your hat on your snowman. I'm just going to go ahead and fill mine in. So as you're doing your second color, you may, if it starts bleeding together too much, you may want to stop and let it dry. But I've left space in between each of my colors, so it's not going to run together. So if you do have something where it runs together, you can just I just ball up a napkin or a paper towel. You can just kind of dab it off, go back over it. You won't see that. Okay, friends, so we've painted in our snowman. He's good to go. We're gonna work on the background now. Now we're gonna add some snow-like texture, and we're gonna do that two ways. First off, we're gonna get your crayons out. Get your white crayon, and I just want you to draw little circles all over your background here. And you can put a lot of them in. I know you can't see them, but you'll see them when you paint. And you want to make them dark, otherwise they won't show up. Okay? All right, so that's done. Now the next thing is we're going to wash the background with this blue and the purple. And then I'm going to sprinkle some salt to give it that snow effect. So that's where the salt shaker comes in mind. You want to have it next to you, because if you wait until it's all dry, it doesn't work. So you have to do it while you're painting. And since this is my demo, I'm going to go ahead and switch to a bigger brush, but your little brush will work just fine. I'm going to go ahead and go back and forth, load up this brush, and just go across and start filling in that background. And you'll notice that the white crayon will show up. It's called wax resist. So that means that the wax in that crayon is going to push the watercolor off. And I'm going to switch up my colors so it's not all blue. I kind of think it's fun to add the different colors. You can kind of overlap them. Okay, I see that the paint is soaking into the top part of the paper, so I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to sprinkle a little salt up there before it starts to dry. The wetter it is, the better that salt tends to work and make it look like snow. We're gonna let that dry. All right, second grade, so it's almost dry. You can still see there's wet parts. But the place that is dry, you'll notice you can just gently wipe off that salt. So you don't leave it on. Once it's dry, you can get rid of it and it looks like little snowflakes. And it adds a whole new texture to your picture, which is fun because we're creating that expression of happiness with the snowman seeing the snow, because he'll know he'll live another day. All right, so we've got our salt. When it's dry, just rub it off and you guys are done. Can't wait to see it. Send me a picture in Canvas.